you guys. This is not a joke. This is for real. It is your girl, Celeste Renee. And after a long-awaited year, I think it's been a year, your girl is back in these YouTube streets. And I am so excited to be in front of the camera again. Like, who is she? What? Anyways, let's get into it. So as you know, your girl, when was the last time I uploaded, y'all? This is crazy. I'm like, not me getting nervous. It's the fact that I haven't uploaded in forever and I'm still the same crackhead. Like, see, that's how you know this is me all day long. Because girl, let's see, the last time I uploaded, 9 months ago. 9 months ago. Wow, that's crazy. But anyways, your girl is back. I am now 30 years old. Not me acting like I'm but anyways, y'all, I had took a break. 9 months ago was like, it was sometime last year. And y'all, this is just gonna be like a little catch up with me. What have I been up to? What my channel's gonna be like. We just about to just get you a drink, sit down, and let's just get into it. Honestly, I should have got me some water. Let me go grab some water because I'm gonna be thirsty. Everybody gonna be talking. And let's just catch up. Cause I got some stuff I gotta do today. But let's get into it. So, not the camera messing up. First things first, I'm glad to be back. I am back, y'all. I had to take a little break. As y'all already know, when my mental is not there, I like to remove myself because I don't feel like, first off, I want to always be genuine and authentic when I'm on this camera. I don't like fake stuff. I don't want to be a fake girl. And I don't want to, like, you know, be fake. But what I've learned during this 9-month hiatus is sometimes when you're not at your best self or when your mental's not in the best place, it might be good to document that because a lot of people are probably going through the same things that you're going through. And in social media, pause, your girl might get a little emotional during this video, so just put that right there. But what I was saying is that sometimes it's good because social media is very fake, right? And I think if more of us showed the hard parts of our life, it would help people have more relatable be able to relate more and not have so much stress and pressure on themselves. But I kind of learned that through this little healing journey I've been on. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. I kind of want to like transition my channel more into like, not a thunderstorm. That's crazy. I was supposed to be going to a pool party. Guess that won't be happening. But anyways, I kind of want to do a little bit more of that. Like, you know, the weight loss is cool. Like, I'm going to be forever on a weight loss journey. Like, you know, that's just a part of my life. But I really want to bring some relatable content to my channel. I want to really put some stuff out there that I don't think we see a lot of. And that's just a real life chick, me, i.e. me, really showing y'all my life. Like, you know, the ups and downs, not just the, like, the glam, what is it called? The, highlight reel, but the parts that get edited out too. Like, you know, I don't even edit my videos, so y'all be seeing me real life, just authentic. But that's kind of what I learned during this last 9 months. It's like, girl, we all live in this ghetto ratchet life, and why don't I just, like, you know, be the one who kind of just steps out there and kind of just be, I guess, kind of just show my healing journey or kind of just show like my growth, and hopefully it helps somebody. Honestly, when I see people who kind of like share their story and it's very relatable to what y'all, I wish y'all could see. I moved into a new apartment, right? So I live downtown now, and I can see the people at the pool. They're like, it's like thundering, and they're like running, trying to get out of the pool area. I think they probably just closed the pool, or it might be raining. Oh, it's raining. Yeah, but it's funny because they're like running like little like scattering like ants. But anyways, so I be people watching all the time. But anyways, yeah, so that's what we're gonna talk about. But anyways, let's get into it. So why did we take the break? Really, y'all, I was going through it so much last year. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for my friends, first off, it wasn't for God, number one, because baby, without him, I'm nothing. If it was for God, my therapist, she's an honorary member of my payroll. Like, I don't care if I got $2 in my account, they gonna get her coin. Ooh, am I allowed to say my therapist's name? I probably shouldn't have said that. But anyways, my therapist, she gonna get her coin. So yeah, my family, my friends, like, they held me down. Like, honestly, one of the biggest things that I realized, like, in the last couple of months, just like in my 20s, I think I've been doing a lot of reflecting because, you know, your girl been 30 for 3 weeks, June 9, June 9. But community is very important, and you really don't know the type of people you have on your team till you are really down and out, like, just like going through it, can't show up for yourself. And when those people rally behind you, you be like, dang, like, I I got a solid team. Like for real, I'm so thankful for them. And honestly, when you really experience that, you don't even have space for like fake friends. Like honestly, my circle is small, but I love them and I know they got my back. When I meet new people, or like old friends that I had, or just people that I kind of knew, and they kind of like move weird, I'm like, baby, I'm 30 now. I've been 30 for all of 3 weeks, but still, baby, I'm 30 now. I'm a grown woman. I ain't got time for that. So yeah, community is very important. Get y'all some solid people in your life. And when I say a solid friend is not just gonna tell you, oh, you're right. No, a solid friend is gonna be like, Celeste, you wrong, Celeste, you right. They gonna hold you, they gonna have your back, but they're not just gonna see you doing some dumb stuff and be like, yeah, friend, go for it. And they're gonna hold you down. They're gonna be accountable. You're gonna hold them accountable, and it's just gonna be real like that. So there's that. I'm glistening, baby. I use this new Vaseline oil, and it got me real glistening. I don't know if I'm really liking that too much, but whatever. Yeah, so as y'all know, I was in a bit of a relationship for like 9 years, and it kind of ran its course. And so I was that's kind of what really, y'all, that took me, baby. When I tell you, I was going through it. And you know, it's so crazy because when I was like younger, I had been in a relationship all my 20s. So I think I met him when I was like 19 or 20. It was my first relationship. So anyways, prior to him, I had never experienced like love, number one, like heartbreak or anything like that. And like I would see my friends like going through, like they would break up with the guy, they'd be all sad and crying. I'm like thinking to myself, girl, why is you crying? Like I'd be like, if I was in a breakup, I would never cry. And I just understand how the girls wasn't eating and stuff. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, how could you not eat? Like, how could you let this person impact your life? Baby, the Lord said, oh, sis, you think? I experienced the whole 9 yards, y'all. Like, so yeah, I went through that. And really, you know how people say that Sarah Jake Roberts, TD Jake's daughter, she's like literally one of my favorite people to listen to because she just always is so real. And that's what I think I like about her, because I grew up in the church, and sometimes church folks can be the worst, but she's just really like authentic, and I really like that about her. But I was going through it. And I remember one night she was in Houston randomly, like she was doing like she was speaking. It was like some Lakewood church had like this like women's thing they have every year, and she was speaking, and I was like, let me go. And so I went, and oh my God, during the thing she was like, there's blessing in the struggling. And when I tell y'all, I literally keep that in my center, because that is so true. Like that literally embodies like 2022 for me. 2023 has been really good, but 2022 for me, that's what it is. Because when you're in it, you be like, whew, baby, I don't know if I can make it. But then like when you get on the other side, when you get over that hump, like I look back now and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm so thankful that I went through that. Like I was at rock bottom, y'all. Like it was some days where I just didn't even want to like live. Like I was just like, this is just too much. Like this is overwhelming. Like you have this relationship that's like crumbling. You have like, you still have to go like be in life. So I still have to like go to work, show up as an attorney. You know, I was going through that, like going through a new job, just a lot of transitions in my life. And I was just like, oh my God. And then at the same time, I was discovering myself for the first time. So it was like so much going on. And I was just like, but for me, when life gets and I'd be like, ooh, baby, I don't know. Like, Gita, you can take me off the struggles list because I don't want to be on it. I have this, I don't know if it's a scripture, but I would just say, like, be still and know. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I know God's got me. Like, if I don't know anything, I know that He's got me. And anything that's for me is going to work out for me. And it might not happen when I want it to, but it's going to happen when it's supposed to. And that's something that just keeps me centered. Because I'm like, I think about like, you know, for the last 2 years, I have been wanting a new job. And if I would have got the new job when I had wanted it, I don't think the success that I'm having now at my current position, I wouldn't have been ready to. I wouldn't have known how to deal with difficult people. Just a lot of things that I needed to know in this position that I'm in now. If I would have got this job 2 years ago, I don't think I would have succeeded the way I needed to. Or for example, the relationship. Like, you know, I think I'm like, man, that's 9 years of my life. Like, you know, now I'm starting over. Like, I'm single for the first time. I'm dating for the first time. And although it's like really fun, I'm thinking like, man, if I would have like ended this relationship like 2 years prior, 3 years prior, without doing the work that I did leading up to the breakup, I probably would have reached hoes the same way I did. But because that breakup, that like the end of that relationship kind of was like a year coming, I was like really in therapy. I got a new therapist, and I was really like working through my own stuff. I was really starting to discover myself. And because I know, like, I don't want to say I know Celeste, but I know enough about me and I did enough work about me to love myself, number one. Because honestly, y'all, that's the biggest thing. This is going to be like a little chit chat. It's supposed to be a catch up, but I'm just chit chatting. Honestly, what I realized is like self-love is where it's at. And honestly, when you really take the time out to do the work and discover who you are and really know who you are and know what you deserve, you'll have such a different view on life. And that's what I needed. Like, I was, you know, in this relationship and I really found my worth through my partner. Like, I didn't know Celeste. I didn't know, you know, the only thing I knew about myself was just whatever, I guess, like, you know, made this person happy. Like, you know, I went through law school, like on the academic side, like, you know, I succeeded. But as far as like really knowing me and what I brought to the I don't like to say what I brought to the table because that's disgusting. But really just knowing the woman that I am, I didn't know that. So of course, because I didn't know, you know, my worth and my value came from what people told me about myself. But baby, now you can't tell me nothing, okay? Unless you was Jesus Cristo. That's about it. Like, no. And I really think that going through all that made me love myself. Like, when you hit rock bottom and you can't call on anybody, but you just have to just sit in that moment and just like be like, what are you gonna do? You really like start to like learn a lot about yourself and really just start to like heal, honestly. And it was some hard therapy sessions, some rough days, but like I look back at it now and I'm just like, man, like God is so good. Because honestly, it was 9 years of my life, but when I look at it, I'm like, it ended when I was 29. And you know, now I'm 30. I know myself enough to like be in the dating scene and like not get taken advantage of, and really know myself and love myself enough to be like, if it don't work out with this person, or like if I'm dating somebody, they're not able to provide me the things that I want, I'm okay with walking away. I don't have this like fear of like, oh, I'm 30, I'm never gonna find them. Nah, I know I'm a catch. I know I'm a catch. So I'm just like, the world is literally my oyster. And that's kind of just how I look at it. But it takes a lot of work to get there. And it takes a lot of real work. And I'll say this because I've been in therapy, I think, for 3 years altogether. The first year and a half I was in therapy, I was with another therapist. And I was going to sessions, but I really wasn't doing the work. I was just going, you know, talking about stuff. But it wasn't until I started going through all this other stuff and I got with the new therapist. And I was like, you know what? Like, my first session with her, she was like, you know, why are you wanting another therapist, this and that? And I was like, you know, with my last therapist, I didn't really do the work. Like, I was doing the motions, but I didn't do the work. And I was like, but I really want to do the work. Like, you know, I really want to become the best Celeste that I can be. Just not even like for myself, but like for my future husband, for my future kids, like for my niece, like for the people in my lives. Like, I want them to have the best Celeste, whether it's a friendship, anything. I want to be able to provide them the best Celeste that I can. And in order for me to do that, I have to do the work to heal myself so that I can actually pour into people. Because baby, my cup was empty. It had been empty for a while. And I didn't have people pouring into me because I didn't like this. I was like, oh, I don't want to like share my problems with people and all this stuff. Girl, please. But now, now my mouth getting a little wet. I mean, a little dry. But now, yeah. So that's kind of what sparked the break. Yeah, I was just really trying to survive, honestly. Like, it's really crazy now because I can look back and smile, but during those times it was not a lot of smiles coming through. But like, I don't know, it just makes me emotional. But yeah, I'm just so thankful because it's just like, man, like, you know, you could be in a situation, you could feel like, oh, all hope is lost, and then you look back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so thankful that God took me out of that situation, because it could have been worse, y'all. I could have been like married, had children. I could have really have been, you know, what I thought was so bad I couldn't. But honestly, y'all, I remember the day that I decided I was going to leave. I just prayed. I was like, God, I only have a mustard size seed of faith for this situation. And that's all you said I have to do. I said, so I'm going to leave the situation with just this little mustard size seed piece of faith. And I was like, I'm just going to trust you and just hope that everything will turn out great for me. And when I tell y'all, my life has literally had a whole 180, like, it's just been crazy. I'm not trying to get emotional, but it's just been like such a blessing. And the struggling, like, it's just so crazy. So I say all that to say is that, like, if you're like feeling something in your gut, because honestly, y'all, I had for like, it was like for years I had this feeling like, Celeste, this is not where you need to be. And like a lot of things that I wanted, I was not getting, like the job, like these things. I'm like, I'm working hard, I'm doing all these things. Why am I not getting these things I want? And sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes there could be a blessing in store for you, but because you're connected to somebody who can't get what you have, you won't get it until you remove yourself from that person. So if you have something in your gut, that's another thing I learned. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. If you have something in your gut that's telling you, just trust it. Because 9 times out of 10, that's God. Like that's literally like you're knowing. It's telling you like, sis, nah, nah. Like, I believe in God. Whatever you believe in, whoever you believe in, when you feel something in your gut, that's whatever your thing is. It's telling you, sis. It's giving you a warning. So now I don't chance it. Like if I have a feeling like I just go back, even if it's like I'm halfway down the street and I feel like, dang, I didn't turn something off, or I didn't do something, I just go back and do it, because it's like, you never know. It might not even be that I didn't turn something off, but it might be that there was like a head-on collision coming up that I was about to get involved in, and because I went back, I wasn't a part of it. But yeah, there was that. Also during that time, I ended up moving, y'all. So I have this, let me show it to y'all. Whew, I had to take a minute to get my life together. But I have this like book. It's called My Dream Book, but the M is gone. Because I made this when I was like my first year in college. When I was like in high school, I did this in 2013. When I was in high school, my teacher, I had a teacher, and she always talked about like, get you a book. She was like, y'all need to get a book and kind of like put your goals in it. Like, you know, like visualize yourself, like visualize the things that you want. So I kind of took that on in like 2013, and it's called My Dream Book. And it's the craziest thing because like y'all can kind of see it. Like I had wrote this, it's so old, like you can even tell by the pictures, it's so old. And like the prints, because I used to be obsessed with like zebra and purple, but anyways, so I had this thing, it's called My Dream Book, and I had put in it like you can have it all, never settle. Like, you know, you can have it all, Celeste, never settle. And so I was kind of, when I was going through it, I was kind of going back through this book, and I was just kind of looking at the things like for example, like I have like education, and of course the things change. So like I'll make like a little, well, I'll show y'all this one. I don't like to show people because it's kind of like personal to me, but YouTube, y'all kind of like my family or whatever. But like this, the education one nobody cares about, so we'll do this one. So like I have like the little pages, right? So you can see them. This is like when I graduated high school. This is like pictures from me in like high school and stuff. But I kind of like wrote down my goals. So like, for example, this says the University of Houston, Howard Law School. Like, girl, this is how you know this stuff is old. SMU Law School, U of H Law School. I ended up going to Thurgood Marshall Law School. So clearly these are like just things that I wanted to do. But I did go to U of H for undergrad. And then every time I have like a new thing that I want to do or something that I'm like, man, I want to like achieve this in my life, I'll write it down. So the most recent time I updated it was in 2021. I put Masters of Business and executive level. Baby, I don't know if that's gonna happen because honestly, she's over school. But once I make it happen, I take whatever it is and like put it in here. So this is like my law school graduation like program, or like it's like my law school graduation photos. I have my undergrad ones in here too, but they're kind of glued to it, so you can't really see them. But yeah, I kind of do that. And it's really good, y'all. I really recommend to do it because first off, they say if you write down your goals, they happen. But also sometimes you just need to see a reminder of the things that you've like wanted and you've achieved. And so during that time, I was kind of like reading through this, but I was saying that because one of the biggest things I wanted to do, like, you know, when I was in the relationship, I wanted a new job. I was like, man, I really want to go in-house. I want to be like an in-house attorney. I feel like I had the resume and all that stuff to do it, and I just couldn't. Y'all, I'm telling you, I had that prayer. Boom. I literally got the position. Like, I literally now, today, 2023 Celeste is an in-house attorney. Like, I work for a corporation. I like literally do like $1 million contracts every day. It's crazy. Like, it's really my life. Like, it's like manifesting. I don't like to use the word manifesting because it's really just, honestly, I just know that these things are going to happen because like I'm a king's kid. Like, why would God not bless me with the things that I want? Why not? Now, it might not happen when I wanted it because of course I wanted this to happen 2 years ago, but it's going to happen. So that's how I feel. And people say I'm very delusional. That might be it too. But anyways, yeah. So another thing that I have, like for example, my car, I have a white Mercedes. I literally, y'all, when I tell y'all, I have a list of like cars when I was like in 2013, wrote it down, and every time it happens, I put it in here. So like this one's the cars. And so when I finally got the car I wanted, I like put the like car thing in here. I don't know, it just kind of helps you like, you know, visualize things. I have one for like kids and travel and different things like that. But I say all that to say is that a lot of things started to really just like start to pop off for me when I just started to like, when I decided to like take a chance. Like I literally was like, I remember talking with my ex and being like, man, I really want to move into like a high rise. Like me and you, we should move in together. Like, you know, we have been dating for a long time. And I kind of was like, you know, my career is doing well. Like, you know, I've been in this relationship for 9 years. Like I kind of want something more like, you know, marriage, engagement, like, or let's move in together. And it didn't happen. And I'm so thankful to God that it didn't. But I remember talking to him and be like, yeah, there's this high rise that I wanted to move into. And I remember like I would drive past it and I would see it and I would be like, my mom came into town one time and I was like, yeah, this is where I'm gonna move to. Like real delusional, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move into this place, like blah, blah, blah. Like I would look at the like the apartment that I wanted and things like that. And I remember like just thinking like, I'm gonna make that happen for myself. And y'all, literally, I was like saying it was gonna be my goal in August of 2023. Not your girl living in a whole high rise in downtown Houston in the center, baby. Like, it's just crazy. And I'm not saying that to brag, but it's just like, just bet on yourself. Like, bet on yourself. Like, know your worth and bet on yourself. Because honestly, you can't fail. Like, oh, there's this one quote that I have at work. It's like, it's from the lady who was like in the military and she became like Miss USA or something like that. It's like, don't fear failure, but fear regret. And when I read that, something about that just stuck with me because I'm like, you know what? That's true. Like, I'm over here being scared of like not doing something because I'm scared that I might fail. But like really the biggest thing that you could be scared of is regret, because it's like, dang, but what if that did succeed? What if it did work? Like, what if? Like, you know, I don't want to have any what ifs in life. Life is so short. I don't want to have no what if. So if I can do it, I can do it. So that brings us to current day, because not me talking for 22 minutes ain't told y'all nothing. Y'all probably like, girl, be quiet. So current day, I am officially 30. I am a single woman in these Houston streets for the first time. And y'all, I'm having a good time. Honestly, like I've never dated before, so it's very new to me. I have some crazy stories, and I mean, if y'all want to hear those, I can tell y'all those. I feel like the dating story, like, era is very like oversaturated, or like I don't know what it's called. Like I feel like a lot of people do that. So, and it's the same stories. Like these men, I don't know. I got a little thing for the Africans, so you know my stories be a little. But I'm just really, guys, I'm really just in a place in my life where I'm just really happy. Like it makes me so emotional because it's just like, man, like life is really good. And I'm not saying that to say that my life is perfect, because it's not. And I have days where like, if y'all can see my apartment right now, it's a mess. Like, but it's my mess. It's my mess. It's my house. It's my life. Like I'm finally in the place where I can take control of my life and just live for me. Like, and I feel like when you get to that place in life where you're like, I'm just genuinely happy. Like no matter what happens, like my center of what centers me is good. Like I know that at the end of the day, God's got me. And as long as I know that, I could just be still and know, like, okay, it's getting a little crazy. It's not what I'm feeling, but I'm like, something, whatever is working in the works is working. And eventually I'm going to get it. And I think because I have that mindset, I'm able to like really go through life and not say not stress, because I have stresses, of course, but like not get so caught up in like the, you know, I just really can just like relax and enjoy. Like in dating, like my friends are like, girl, I don't know how you have the energy to go on all these dates, child. I'm like the Black Carrie Bradshaw of Houston, minus the sex, but like my life is literally like Sex in the City. Like you know how Carrie Bradshaw, like she was with Mr. Big and then she wasn't, and then she was like dating people. But really, like I like really align more with Charlotte, because that's really what I'm on. Like right now I'm just dating to like really like just figure out what I like, because I don't know. I've been in a relationship for so long and I was so young. So I'm just trying to figure out what it is that I like in a man. But ultimately, like I'm trying to be like Charlotte, you know, I'm trying to be like married with my family and my rich husband, and we living our best lives on the penthouse downtown. You know, Corey Ray says overlooking the yachts. Like, yeah, that's us. Well, I'm already doing that now, but I'm not on the penthouse. But my husband, he gonna elevate me, you know, to the penthouse level. It's gonna be real cute. So yeah, so I got a new place, had a 30th birthday. I'm dating. I got a new job. Like I told y'all, your girl is not her being a whole corporate attorney, not her really making a coin now. It's really crazy. Like, it's really not crazy because honestly, y'all, every time I like, I don't know if it's delusion. I don't know what it is. I call it like, I'm just like a delusional crackhead. I'm just like your crackheaded delusional friend, you know? Because y'all really, I just be like, I literally just be thinking about stuff and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna happen. And it happens to the point where like sometimes I like in my brain I'm like, Celeste, don't think like negatively because you can make things happen. Like if you think about something, it's gonna happen. So don't even think it. Like, so I really be having to like stop my thoughts because like if I think like if somebody pisses me off, I'm like, they're gonna get ran over by a car. I think in my head that I can make that happen. Not being Wonder Woman. But because of that, I really be like trying to like have positive thoughts. So yeah, and that also goes into myself too. What else? Weight loss. I think that's something that I talk about on this channel often. I'm not really on a weight loss journey anymore. I'm really just doing things that I enjoy as far as workouts goes. Like I'm back to boxing. You know, boxing's my first love. Now that I live downtown, guys, I try the weirdest things. Like next Thursday, I'm trying an aerobics class with these like 70-year-old women at the YMCA. I don't know. It's just, I just have so much like, this is the first time in my life I just have the freedom to do what I want. Like if I want to stay out till 3 o'clock in the morning, I can do that. If I want to stay at home all day, I can do that. If I want to go to a 10 a.m. morning workout class, water aerobics with some 70-year-old women, I could do that. Who's going to stop me? And it's just great. So anyways, I say all this to say, that's kind of the update on my life. That's where I've been. Your girl is back. I don't know what type of content y'all want from me, so let me know. I was thinking about doing a like adulting 101 and kind of just going through like different topics because you know your girl is 30 now. I'm a grown woman. Doing that, doing like little like videos. I'm trying to like decorate my apartment. It's real cute, y'all. Like I just be looking at my apartment. I'm like, girl, you really did that. Like you really said you was gonna live in a high rise. And the crazy thing is I was like, oh, I'll do it August 2023 when my lease is up. And if y'all heard the story of how this ended up happening, the way that I got here, it was another blessing in the struggling type of situation. It was a situation that was really, really bad. Like you're gonna get evicted or anything like that. Like, you know, my bills are paid, I pay my bills are paid. But something happened that made me have to move out of that apartment. And although it was really, really bad, a situation that happened to me, I'm here now, so I can look back and like, you know, be like, you know, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just really in a good space and I really just want to bring this to YouTube, to my channel. And like I said, my life is not perfect. I don't want people to think my life is perfect because it's not, but life is good. And I heard this girl on TikTok say, you have a good life. You might have bad days, but overall you have a good life. And that's kind of how I look at life. Like I do have bad days. I have days where I'm like, man, like for the month of July, I'm doing a recalibration and really just kind of like get refocused for the second half of the year. Like July through December, you know, the first half, I was just figuring things out, you know. But now I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I got this. Like, I believe in me. And so I'm just really excited to just see like how my life like elevates from here. And so I really want to document it too, because sometimes I go back and look at some of the videos on YouTube and I'm just like, wow, like not her growing, not her glowing. I don't know. I'm happy to be back in front of the camera, as you can tell, because it's been a minute. But and I had one of the girlies was like on my throat on Instagram, like, when you gonna upload again? I can't remember her name. I have to go look. But here's your video, baby. But yeah, I know this video is long, y'all, but yeah. So I'm gonna be uploading more. Tell me what y'all want to see. I mean, I don't know. You know, I want to kind of do like something a little different, like not just the everyday weight loss stuff. I mean, it's cute or whatever, but I really want to transition into more like real life stuff that really impacts our lives. Working out does too, but that's really not the focus of my life these days. I work out because it's a stress reliever and it keeps me from busting somebody upside their head. But yeah. Anyways, that is that. Bye.